Personally, I thought that this week we were going to get PlayStation announcing their pricing already, or something major this week, because yesterday was the 25th anniversary of the PlayStation in North America. And so I thought, well, Xbox just released their pricing, albeit a leak. Whether or not it was an intentional leak or not doesn't really matter. Their pricing is out. 25th anniversary of your fucking console. Let's go. Bring the fucking noise. Bring the roof down. This is where you get it out and make it happen. And they did exactly nothing. They were dead quiet. And let me tell you why they were dead quiet, Jeff. Because Xbox dropped several penises on the table at the same time. It was an octo dick. Shit got very real. And not because of the Series X pricing. No. That's not the elephant in the room right now. That's not the elephant in the room. The elephant in the room was the console that we called here on Technical Alpha, the Xbox Series S. Which unfortunately looks like a McDonald's drive-thru speaker, but that's okay. Because for $299 at launch, it can look like whatever kind of fucking speaker it wants to look like.
Yeah.
Because it's $299!
That's insane. I saw that and I had to do a double take. I went, what? $299.
Bro, let's break this down a little more, because that's only the tip of the fucking iceberg, truly.
Oh, dude, they went nuts.
There were several Billy Mays moments of, but wait, there's more.
Yes.
Several. So let's break it down. So first of all, it's what I expected. Actually, it's a little bit higher than I expected, but I still think that people will probably lock it in for most games if there's an option to 1080p. But they are targeting 1440p 60 with up to 120 FPS capabilities, probably with like much more simple games or whatever the fuck, like maybe Ori and the Blind Forest or some shit would do 120, maybe, I don't know. Either way, 1440p 60. They could have said 1080p 60.
Would have been fine.
And nobody would have batted an eye
Yep.
at that, because it would come with HDR, ray tracing, everything else. All right, let's break this down. The only real concern people had that I've seen so far is, one, it's an all-digital version, which you would expect because you take the drive out, that saves you $50 right off the fucking rip.
Yeah.
It's got its internal storage to start is 512 gigs. That's the biggest knock on this console, is that it's 512 starting. The X, I think, comes with a 1 terabyte, which obviously makes sense as it's $200 more. However, when you're talking about a digital only, people obviously get concerned because that might be, especially if you're playing, let's say, Call of Duty Warzone, one video game. In reality, for most games right now, even games coming up, you're looking at somewhere between 80 and I would say 120 gigs for really big titles. Like the AAA, really big titles, somewhere between 80 and 120, unless again, your Call of Duty Warzone, and then size just, there's no upper limit. It's whatever your hard drive can provide, they will take it. So you're looking at maybe, let's say, 4 or 5 games on that internal hard drive installed at any given time. Which for some people, I guess, is a concern. I wouldn't foresee myself having more than 5 AAA titles installed on any console at any given time personally, but some people like to install it, set it and forget it, and like the fucking rotisserie chicken shit, and then whenever they come back 3 years from now and they're like, yeah, I already played this game or beat it, but I want to go back to it, and it's already installed. Some people like to do that shit. It obviously still has the ability to expand it with the same memory card thing that the X has, which to break that down further, the S is almost exactly the X, except with the smaller hard drive and the GPU dropped. The CPU is confirmed to be the exact same CPU that's in the X. It's clocked ever so slightly slower. I think 100 megahertz, maybe 200 megahertz, which would put it, from the CPU perspective, only 100 megahertz slower than the full-blown PS5 from a CPU side. The GPU is obviously significantly weaker than the PS5 or the X. But, again, for $299, and for most people still using a 1080p TV at home,
It don't matter.
it doesn't fucking matter.
It really doesn't matter. Like, the only time it's going to matter is probably on the next generation of these consoles. So, like, another 2 years down the road where you might start seeing games being developed, and if you have a certain television that you want to play it on, then you might want to think about upgrading. Maybe.
But I mean, look, this is why the S is so good. The S, even though people think it's only good right now, the S is going to cover, and I'm not fucking with you, between 70 and 80% of the market for the next 5 years. That doesn't mean 70 or 80% will go that way, and we're going to get that to that point soon here as to why I think that. But the vast majority of the market that's into console gaming is going to be comfortable just picking up a Series S and calling it a fucking day. And just walking away from it. So, you get the same instant on, because it's the same CPU, same internal hard drive system, all that stuff that the X has that they talked up about, load times and all that shit. That's all there. You're really, quite literally, just sacrificing graphic quality in terms of resolution. Pretty much everything else is there, if not everything. And so, they made it simple. They didn't make it more complicated than that. It's like they put up the sheet for it. They're like, this is this is that. The GPU went down, and that's basically the show. All right, what else can I say here? I got a lot of notes here. It is also, and for some people this can be important, considerably smaller than the X. In fact, The Verge put up a picture comparing the NVIDIA's 3080 GPU, the Series S and the Series X. The GPU is literally like the size of the fucking Series S. It's way smaller. It's at least, it might even be less than half the depth of the X, and it looks like roughly half an inch to an inch shorter than the X. So it's a very tight, very small, compact system that's going to do games at max fidelity, 1080p to 1440p 60, HDR, maybe even throw in some ray tracing, but you're probably going to drop to 1080 for that ray tracing. But again, people buying this console, not going to fucking care.
Doesn't matter.
And you're off to the races for $299 at launch.
Crazy.
Now, again, but wait, there's more.
There's more.
There is so much more.
This next part is crazy.
This is this next part is where I actually lost. I don't know, like in my mind, I started losing how they were making money. I started to try and come up with like how the fuck they're making money. Because the first thing is $499 for the X. Let's not skip over that. I thought it was going to be $599 easy based on the performance of that box. I'm not convinced that they're not taking a $50 loss on both of these fucking SKUs. Which tells me, unless they have the world's craziest supply chain right now during the fucking pandemic, to have these parts coming in super cheap, to be cranking out a $499 and a $299, brand new off the line with no economy of scale yet, systems, they're taking a fucking loss on both of those consoles. Which tells me that they are even more, including the part I'm about to get to, even more confident that the Game Pass is where Microsoft is going to make all of their money in their gaming division, full stop, period.
Yeah.
All of it. They give zero fucks about hardware, which is why they're not trying to push people to the Xbox and putting everything on the PC. They're putting shit out here to get games in people's hands, and more specifically, getting games in people's hands using the Game Pass. And this is how they're gonna fucking do it. You can finance, and I use that word fucking loosely, finance the Series S or the Series X for $25 a month US or $35 a month US, respectively, with no money down, zero money down, and no interest. You literally just pay for this console across 2 years, and at the other side, in some regions, you save on I can't remember if it's the S or the X, you save $50 by financing it versus not. And that's because the financing isn't just about the console. Yes, it's already insane that for zero down, you could get an X for $35 a month for 2 years, or the S for $25. That's already a good deal. No money down, no interest. But what if I fucking told you that you also get 2 years of Xbox Game Pass included in that price?
That's insane.
That on its own is $15 a month, which tells you that you're really financing the S for $10 a month and the X for $15.
Oh, man.
Or 20, I should say. But wait!
There's more.
There's more. What if I told you that despite the fact that Game Pass already comes with 200 games currently available, which includes backwards compatible titles on the 360 and Xbox that they put on that pass, plus anything over the next 2 years that they put out onto that fucking pass, you also now get EA Play, which is their subscription service, and the 60 titles plus anything over the next 2 years that they put out on that one for no more money. You get 2 fucking services plus a financed brand new console for $25 or $35 a month for 2 years. If you are a person that plays a lot of games, the amount of money that you could save by having this as your option is actually insane.
Yeah.
You're not paying $70 to $90 a month for a brand new game that just came out. If you're playing one game a month, you're paying $25 or $35 a month for your console, all of the Xbox Game Pass catalog, and all of the EA Play catalog.
Wild.
And people still have the audacity to say, but where are the fucking games? And at which point I'm just saying, just shut the fuck up, bro. This kid, they are literally, I put a tweet out that said, Microsoft to soon announce that Xbox Game Pass comes with no hassle, no pre-test, pre-screening healthcare, plus subsidized starter family homes in 2022. That's where the value is going with this shit. You cannot possibly beat that deal.
No.
I don't fucking care what exclusive Sony has. If you're only paying $25 a month for the, or whatever, yeah, $25 a month for the S, you just go buy a fucking PS5 and play it anyway. But Microsoft is going to get your money. And if you fucking stonewall these bastards for $25 or $35 a fucking month that some people are spending on lunch at the cafeteria in between fucking work hours in a day, you're fucking going to stiff arm Microsoft because you hate Microsoft so much and you want to say, where are the exclusives? I can just get this everywhere. You're fucking high. And I'm going to be quite frank with you, retarded. $25 to $35 a month for all of that is
Crazy.
Unprecedented, unmatched, and Sony has no outs. Sony right now, the reason why you didn't hear anything yesterday, I fucking promise you, why on the 25th anniversary of their fucking brand in North America, they had 2 tweets that were somewhere between a fart in the wind and a piss in the same wind, is because they have nothing right now that sounds positive enough to go up against the news that Microsoft just dropped. They have to let it blow over a bit. They have to let everything calm the fuck down. And then they're going to come out and they're going to announce the Sony PS5 will sell for $499 and the PS5 discless for $449 or $429. Maybe they get real spicy and they give the discless version with half the size hard drive for $399 just to close the gap between the X and the S from a price perspective. And then they come out and say, we have the games. They won't clarify that neither Sony or Microsoft have like any first-party titles worth playing for the first 2 years almost anyway, but they will say, we've got the games. Because that's all they've got right now. Which I know for some people means that they've already won, but bro, for $25 a fucking month or $35 a month with all those games and the Game Pass and EA Play, and I'm pretty sure somewhere in there includes a free fucking hand job if you want it. It doesn't matter if you've got Naughty Dog under your belt putting out one game in the next 2 years. It doesn't matter that you have a remastered Demon's Souls coming. It's a game from like 2005. It doesn't matter that you've got that shit. Because parents in the middle of the fucking Rona with no dollars and no cents are coming up on Christmas time and they see $25 a fucking month and they go, sign me up! I'm getting two! And they look at Sony's offering and they go, $499 up front, no nothing, no anything, can't get any fucking games, gotta pay $70 a pop, and I can give my kid 260 games off the rip for $25? Nope! Santa Claus fucked up the order, Timmy, sorry! You got an Xbox!
Good news! All three of your brothers get your own Xboxes.
No fighting! No fighting over it!
None! Y'all get one. It's Oprah season. Just look underneath the bed. You get an Xbox. You get an Xbox. And you get an Xbox. And everybody gets Game Passes. Yay!
Bro, I saw an article that tried to find a real hard negative in this setup, and the best they came up with is, please be careful when you sign up to put your credit on the line, because if you miss a payment, it can damage your credit. And I'm not fucking with you. That was an actual sizable chunk of an article trying to find an issue with this setup.
Welcome to the world of financing. I wonder if you can finance this bitch and then just pay it off whenever you want. Like, I wonder if you can put this on a 2-year finance and then a month, 2-3 months down the road say, you know what, I'm just going to pay this off, and then just pay it off.
I don't know. Does it matter? Because you're not saving any money doing that. Because there's no interest.
I suppose you're right. You got me there. I don't know.
Bro, I don't even know if they got enough Xboxes to fucking deal with what's going to come with the demand.
You know, they needed this. And this was like a play that none of us even really thought of. I mean, you can't...
Who in the fuck would have?
You can't even...
Because again, I don't know how they're making money.
Well, they're not, obviously. They're not making money on the consoles. They're making money on this fucking Game Pass.
I'm still trying to figure out how they're making money on the Game Pass.
Well, what they're doing right now is they're just doing like, you know, R&D right now. They're getting people in, they're getting people hooked. They're going to make this part of their life for 2 years. When you got it and you've already paid for it, or it comes with something, you're going to get used to the service. And then what's going to happen, bro, in 2 years, mark my words, in 2 years to the day, that Game Pass is going to go up in price.
Oh, absolutely.
It is going 100%. To go up. Not in any
It's not going to double.
Not in any small amount. It's going to go up. And people are going to go, I love my Game Pass. I'm going to pay it. It's like what Netflix has done. Netflix would go out and spend $150 million on a movie for it to get made.
Yeah.
And is that movie going to make $150 million? No. But what it's doing is it's keeping people on the platform wanting to watch whatever new is coming. And when you know that more stuff is being added, you're just going to keep the service. That's what they're doing. And that's really all you can think of. That's all I can think of now, because they're not making money off consoles. It's not happening. At most, they're break even.
But here's the thing. Here's the craziest thing about Game Pass is that so long as that there was one video game a month being released that you wanted to play that was coming to Game Pass, Game Pass could literally cost $49 a month, which it never will.
Yeah.
I promise you it will never get that high. But it could cost $49 a month, and it would still be valuable to basically anyone playing and beating one video game a month.
Yeah. I can see the Game Pass going up to $29.99 a month. I
think that's its absolute fucking ceiling.
Yeah.
Is $29 a month. I think it goes to $19.99 in 2 years from $15. So it's $14.99 now. I think they bumped to $19.99 after the end.
I think that's a minimum. I think it could be $24.99. $29.99 is a bit of a steep thing unless they start announcing like, hey, you can unlock one AAA title a month, or on your Game Pass, we're giving you 3 AAA titles that you can unlock within a year. So you pick and choose which ones that you want to unlock. That's the only way I can think of to get like a $29.99 a month commitment, because then you could just pick and choose. Like, say if there's 2 AAA titles you don't like, well, I'm not going to waste my credit. Be like an Audible credit. I don't want to waste my AAA credit on that. But very similar to Audible, you can hold on to those credits, save them up. So maybe there's 2-3 games, bang, 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 that you want to get. You can use those up. Who knows? But the deal right now is insane. I'm not going to lie. And I'm not just saying this to jump on, because we get fucking shitted on for shitting on Microsoft or whatever. I am no joke. Like, I'm buying my PlayStation. I'm just a PlayStation guy. And the reality is they do have the games. I mean, I don't care. And I know, yeah, that's an argument. But there is just facts to it. Like, they just got a better catalog for me. Even though there isn't anything spectacular coming out, day one for either.
The catalog
console, really.
will be good in 3 years almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm going to, I'm going to buy a PlayStation for the sake of buying a PlayStation. I'm just going to have it. But what I will say, and I'm going to say it right now, I mean it. I'm buying an Xbox X. And I'm buying one day one. And the reason why I'm buying it at $299, I have to just reward this. I mean, I have to just reward them for how accessible the console is for the masses. And this is great for people that only plan to buy a PlayStation. Some people will be able to go, you know what? I'm willing to actually own both. Maybe I have friends that are just going to buy the Xbox. I can afford to buy one, and the off chance that I want to play with my buddies, or a AAA title, an exclusive comes the Xbox down the road that I want to play, I can buy that now. It isn't a big a pill to swallow as dropping another $500 US on a console that you're not going to use as your main squeeze. So that hits a demographic for me. Not everybody's in that position, but for me, I'm going to own both.
All right, I agree with you. I think you're not. I don't think you're in as That's still a pretty big demographic. There's a fair amount of people that will end up owning both of these for sure. But here's the thing. Yeah, xCloud is part of it, but it's so they're not talking up xCloud for a reason. It's good, and it will get better, and it'll be part of it, but all right, I have to clear some shit up because we had people talking in chat about this for a while. There's some misinformation. We got to clear this shit up. Right now, on the PC, because it's still been in beta until, this is actually changing if you look it up, I think, in the not too distant future, within the month or even less. Xbox Game Pass on the PC is like $7.99, I think, or just Game Pass is $7.99 a month on PC for just the PC specific one. That's changing and going up to $10 a month. If you already own a gaming PC that is capable of doing what the S or the X can do, then obviously what they're offering here is not for you. Because you already have something that does what either of those do, plus have access to Game Pass, which you're still giving Microsoft your money, which is what they are doing all of this for in the first place. They're hitting the widest demographic they can. And so the only thing that you could do as a comparison point right now would be comparing buying an S or an X outright and then buying Game Pass Ultimate when it's on sale, which happens occasionally, to save the dollars and cents here and there, which a website has already done. I can't remember which website it is off the top, man. They've already done all this. It might have been Eurogamer. I can't remember. And, sorry, my right nose, the change of the seasons has happened. My right nose has been friggin' making me want to sneeze for friggin' 2 days now. The difference is like maybe $50, I think. If you absolutely maximized it by buying a console, I think it was the S, if I'm not mistaken, and then you or the X, and then you maximize your Game Pass. Look, Microsoft is not trying to dick you here. Microsoft is making this about the easiest financing and the easiest access point for the most people possible. There is no hidden shit. There is no fucking Houdini magic mathematical whatever going on here. It's literally, if you are in the market for a video game console because you don't already fucking own a gaming PC, we all know, you big dick motherfuckers out there, yeah, I got a fucking gaming PC and I can play fucking trillions of games for $0 and 0 fucking cents. We know. It ain't for you. And the PlayStation would be for you insofar as that you want to spend $500 in tax up front and then wait either for buying that console or waiting and playing the fucking 5 exclusives over its life cycle that it will have that Xbox doesn't. That's as complicated as it gets for you, if you're even interested in that shit. But you're not the market. PC gamers have this fucking weird headspace where they think that because they have a PC that is capable of hanging with or beating consoles, that's just the fucking norm. If you look up right now on Steam's database for the most common resolution, 1080p is still fucking manhandling everything by 80% plus. The majority of the world isn't fucking rolling in money. They aren't literally bathing in Benjamins. So for $25 a month to get access to a console that can do more than, I'm going to tell you, most of the PCs in this room right fucking now watching this podcast, because most PCs would still struggle to do 144060 on the market, because you have to step into a 2070 before that mostly makes sense. That's an enormous amount of value, and it covers way more of the market than you think it exists. So
yeah, it's a big dick swing. It's an Nvidia swing. It's a game changer. And right now, Sony is frantically trying to figure out how they're going to combat this in some way, shape, or form. Is definitely going to hurt Sony's bottom line, because one way or another, they're definitely dropping the price of their console, even if it is $50. It's going down, or they're going to be forced to add in services in all of this or they're gonna take a hit. They're still gonna be the winner.
Absolutely.
They're still gonna win. They're
Absolutely.
still going to sell more copies.
Hold that
without a
thought
doubt.
right there. Drew, you're right. A PC is an Xbox because Microsoft is putting their first-party titles on there. I fucking challenge you, by the end of this podcast, to build a PC that will do 1440p 60 for $299 in tax.
Go.
God fucking speed.